Howdy folks, hope you had a good weekend. I know we had a lot of snow and freeze going on, and all that snow is turning into mud now, so we're not doing a whole lot outside today.
No, it's sunning out, but it's still pretty cold.
It's pretty nasty, so we're not going to do a today's video on our work we're doing outside. I'm going to post that for Wednesday, but today I'm going to show you more of that boat footage. Stay tuned, hope you enjoy.
Enjoy.
On the boat now, I'm going to start working on this engine, or actually working on cleaning out the bilge first. First of all, I got to remove this table. We got to get this beautiful table out of here. I guess we got to remove those screws, so we'll get to work on that so we can get these panels up so we can get down and see in the bilge. So we're gonna get down there and see if we can start pumping some of this out. I think it's not all fuel, it's mostly water with some oil and fuel on top. Oh, it's pretty dirty down here. They already bilge painted apparently. Some sunglasses, yay. All right, let's get this, take this oil cap off. See what she looks like from the top. I don't see any. I want to take this valve cover off. Go ahead and take it down here. Try not to lose any of this. Hey Thomas, do you see a little box or a container to put screws in? Got us a coffee mug we found on the boat. We'll use that for screws. Have some, oh, that is, I don't know if that's fuel. That's oil. Let's say we have some standing water, but that's oil. That, I don't know, I don't see any rust or anything. All right, so I got the valve cover off. I don't see any rust in here. A little bit of rust spot right there. May have had some water somewhere in here. Of course, it could be condensation too. And I thought that was water standing, but that's like oil. Oh, it's real oily. It's more oil than water. But nothing seems rusted up. I see a little spot right. No, this is kind of wiped off though. I don't know. Guess we're gonna pull those injectors and see if we can spin this over by hand. Pull this dipstick out. It's straight oil. There's no water on this.
So then is it just on the, sorry.
It's pretty thick oil. So that's oil. It's not full of salt water. So that makes me hopeful. So I don't know how much water got in this thing, if water got into it. Gives me hope. Now I guess we gotta see if we can spin it over. That's not hope. That sucks. Well, we're gonna stay hopeful. Well, I can't turn it over by hand with the pry bar, but there's no rust in there. None that I see. I was afraid I was gonna open that valve cover and there's gonna be rust all in the valves. So that gives me more hope that it's not completely rusted up. Pull the injectors, return lines and everything. And we're gonna go ahead and see if I can get a bore scope. Or I'm gonna make sure there's no fluid on top of the pistons. Get them cleaned out if there is, and see if I can shine a light in there. Maybe get a bore scope in there, see if there's any rust on the wall, cylinder walls or anything. So it doesn't seem to have any water in it, oil, which is a great thing. So we're just doing one step at a time and see what we can find out, and see if we can get this old thing turning over again or free, and we'll go from there. We're gonna start pulling these injectors. If I can fit my fat ass in here. That's the first injector out. It looks pretty darn good. I see no rust anywhere. I mean, you know, no signs that water was in here. That's number one injector here. I need to mark these. Maybe with zip ties, since I don't have a way to mark them or label them. All right, got all the injectors out and they're all clean. They look pretty good, if you can see that. They're not rusty. There's no spot rust or anything where water's been sitting on them. So when I pulled the top, the return line, or when I pulled the injector out and turned it upside down, some pretty thin fluid came out and it was nasty looking. But it may have been, it could have been water, but it smelled like diesel. Everything looks clean in here. There's no rust. So we got the old trusty PB blaster. I already filled some up in here. I filled these up with PB blaster. We have a good amount of PB blaster in there. I've already used up one whole can. So we've got it flooded with PB blaster. And we're going to let this sit overnight or a few days. And I'm going to try to put the pry bar back on it and turn it. Because right now it is not moving. and it's stuck. I don't want to force it too hard. I want it to free up and spin without forcing it too hard. And we may pull the injector pump just to make sure it's not locked up or something, keeping the engine from turning. But I can see down in the cylinders with the flashlight. I don't know if you can't really see it with the phone, but I can see down in the cylinders with the flashlight, and you can see the piston. And most of these look really clean. I did see one, I think it was the number 3 right there, looked a little dirty, and I think that's also the one that I can spray PB Blaster and hear it spraying into the exhaust manifold. So that will tell me that, you know, if I got water into the exhaust, it probably would have came in there into that cylinder. But I don't know. We're gonna let it set. We'll try it tomorrow and the next day and the next day. We'll try a few days. We might try the transmission fluid thing too. If you guys know or have ever tried the transmission fluid and had success with it, leave a comment and tell me, because I like to try anything I could to try to free this up. If nothing else, we'll just pull it apart, but I'm trying to see what I can do before I start pulling the head. I know pulling the head on these is not a huge deal. It's a fairly easy motor to work on. But if I can get it freed up and spinning without pulling the head and try to get this thing turning over, that would be awesome. Like I said, the oil is clean. It's clean oil. There's no water in the oil. The dipstick's not too full. So I don't see where there's water in the engine really. There may be some in the intake. I really don't know. I might pull that intake just to check it and make sure it doesn't have any water in it. But first I'm trying to get this thing turned over. If I can get it moving manually, I'll be super stoked. And I won't feel like I need to pull the engine really, I guess. I may still have to pull it and rebuild it. I don't know, because I don't know what kind of shape this thing's in. I don't know how many hours are on this engine. We're just doing one thing at a time and hoping for the best. Right now we're gonna go find some dinner in this town and go take a bath, because I smell like diesel and I'm all dirty now. So this morning we're back at it. I got the yesterday I got the valve cover off. I was gonna pull the rack, but I didn't pull that valve rack off just because create more work for myself. But I did get all the injectors out. They were all fairly clean. Wiped them down good. Didn't see any issues with those, not cosmetically anyway. But they may need to be rebuilt. I don't know. I might just get new injectors. But we still can't turn the engine over, even though we pulled all those injectors, so it's not hydro locked. I'm kind of wondering if the injector pump might be holding it up or locked up. That could be a possibility. The reason I can't turn it over, but I'm assuming it's the cylinders are stuck in the, or pistons and rings are stuck in the walls. I did pour a mixture of 50/50 PB Blaster and ATF into the cylinders. I let that sit overnight. I can't move it this morning, so maybe after a few days it'll work its way into the rings and maybe help free things up. But right now I still can't turn it. Now I've only got like a 24-inch, maybe a 36, it's 24-inch breaker bar with a socket on the end, on the crank. I don't have a whole lot of leverage on it, but I didn't want to put a whole lot of leverage on it anyway. I was kind of scared too. I didn't want to force it and break a ring or something in the cylinders, who knows. So I'd rather it free up a little easier, but I may not have that luxury. So still, here it is at the moment. Got the injectors there. I still didn't clean the bilge out. They were having an inspection day yesterday, and I didn't want to make a mess or start hauling oil and nasty water out of a bilge onto the Marina. But they're gonna bring a tank over and we're gonna pump this out into the tank. So I can't do that until they bring a tank, because that's a lot more than 5 gallons and all I have is a 5-gallon bucket. Bonnie ran to get a water hose. We brought a pressure washer and we're gonna start pressure washing the hole a little bit just to clean some of the green off of it. And she'll be back shortly to start doing that. Actually, she's pulling up now. There she is with our water hose.
So while Chris is up in the boat, he's got the floor tore apart, and I'm dying to get some cleaning done, but obviously it's hard to do that while he's in there. So I'm gonna start pressure washing the outside. I got my help right here, my slave Thomas, to help me, and hopefully you see all that nastiness. Hopefully we can make it look a little bit better.
Like, yes, inside. I'm an inside dog. What are you, Jetty? Lay down. Leave that. That's not ours. Nope. Nope.
Thomas, they kind of, what? Wait.
That looks good. Food from O'Neill's. Right here at the Marina. It's a cool little break room. Bathroom, showers here. They got bathroom and showers all over the place. It's a busy boatyard. They got lifts coming in and out, taking boats in and out all day long. Lots of paint guys, and they got a wood shop right over there. I don't know if I can see it, but they're doing some woodwork. I'd love to visit this shop and see what all they're doing in there. Woodworking. Poor babies. Can't have hamburgers. Well, that was a delicious burger, wasn't it, Thomas?
I'm still eating.
I know. I ate 1.5. I ate mine and Bonnie's. Well, she didn't finish hers. But check this out. This break room has a refrigerator and 1, 2, not 2, but 3, 4 microwaves. 4 microwaves in here. I guess these guys cook a lot of burritos at lunchtime. But we're right here at the boat, which is cool. And right here on the water. So we can come in here and break when we want to. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and check the oil in the injector pump just to make sure it's not full of water. I'm just gonna pull the overfill plug on the side and see what we're working with there before we start pulling it off. I don't want to drop this thing either. Whoa! I'm just gonna go ahead and guess and say that's water. And oil mixed. After looking at that stuff more, it seems like it's more diesel than it is oil or water. I'm kind of thinking it's not water. I stuck an oil absorb pad in there and it just soaked it right up. So I think somebody never changed the freaking oil in the thing, and it's mostly diesel in that thing. instead of oil. I think you're supposed to change it every 50 hours, the oil and injector pump. And if you don't, it starts mixing with fuel. And it looks like it's mostly fuel. Well, at this point, I hate sitting and waiting, but I think I'm going to let it sit for a few days with the ATF and W or PB blaster in the engine, in the cylinders. I'm going to let it set a few days and then try turning it over again. I hate waiting because I want to get this thing done as quickly as possible, and I hate stalling on anything because I want to keep working on it. But all I can do right now is just wait, because I really want this thing to turn over. And if we can't get it to turn over after repeating and rinsing a few times, then we're going to go ahead and start maybe pulling the head. Well, after all today's efforts of trying to get this engine turned over, I tried it one more time just before I called it quits, and my 1/2-inch breaker bar broke. If you can see that, and that's a snap-on too. Shouldn't have done that. I mean, my fat ass ain't that heavy, but it's a pretty old snap-on. So we got to go to probably Harbor Freight and get another breaker bar. Maybe we'll get a 3/4 one instead of a 1/2-inch. But this one's toast. Can't use that anymore. I thought I broke it free at first because I decided to stand on it one time, and I put it on there and stood on it, and I heard it pop, and I felt it move, and I got excited, and then I realized it was a breaker bar had broken. So, oh well. That will conclude today's work anyway. Bonnie's here. She's been pressure washing all day.
Thank goodness for Thomas. I didn't have to do it all.
Yeah, they've been cleaning the boat, so getting the outside cleaned up. It's actually looking pretty good. And hopefully they'll be able to get in here and do some tidying up soon.
I hope so.
Because I've got a mess, which I've got a giant hole in the floor, so it's not like they can get around through here very good. But anyway, we'll get this tidied up so they can start getting in here and cleaning, and maybe we can rip some wood out and do some other things. But first of all, my main objective is to get this engine going, or at least turning over. Anything you'd like to add?
If you like this video, then show us by liking it. Hey, leave us a comment. We will respond. If you got any questions, advice, let us know. We'd love to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe.
All right, any of you guys with Lehman engines, if you've dealt with this stuff before and you've got any advice here for freeing this engine up, shoot them in the comments. Let me know.
Thanks for watching.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. That was the start of the work on the boat. We still got some work to do to it, and we will be making more trips out there.
Lots of work.
Well, if you like that video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that.
And don't forget, we are on Patreon, along with Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Thanks for joining.
We'll see you on the next one.